Hi everybody, it's Karen from Get Savvy. I'm really excited that you're here with us today. And we are talking about how to define your vision for your business and your life. And you might be asking yourself, why are you talking about business and life when we're talking about a vision? And that is because our vision for our business is absolutely inspired and driven by our vision for our lives personally. And what happens in our personal life absolutely impacts what happens in our professional life. And what happens in our business and our professional lives impacts our personal lives. They are intertwined, whether we like it or not. And so when we're talking about creating a vision for our business, we have to include the vision we have for our own lives. So what does this mean? It means we want to take 3 strategies to define what our vision for our business is. And so the vision of our business is really about what drives us, right? And that's the first strategy. What is our passion? What is our purpose? And this is why when we're talking about life and business, we're talking about them together, because when we get up in the morning and we are like gangbusters, we want to jump up and get started for the day, guess what? That's your personal passion. That's what you're excited about. And that's what's going to motivate you to do what you do in your business. So it's why we talk about them together. So you need to take some time and reflect, right? That's your first step for the strategy of finding your passion and your purpose, is because you have to reflect. You have to just say to yourself, what gets me excited? What fills my heart? What do I love to do? What brings me joy? What am I most grateful for? And you really want to start to reflect on all of these elements. And you want to be able to say, yeah, like when I get up in the morning, I can't wait to do this. I can't wait to do that. I can't wait to talk to this person or that person. I can't wait to meet new people today because I get to share what I'm passionate about. That's your purpose. That's what you're passionate about. And when you identify those pieces, you then get to say, how am I going to do that? Right? I've reflected. Now I want to explore it. How do I do that? How do I share what I'm passionate about with people? How do I get the word out? How do I get to tell people that, yes, you can do this too, or this is a great idea? So explore ideas around how you can do what you're most passionate about, right? You've already reflected and defined that and identified it. Now you want to explore how you're going to do that. So when you define it, you get to be really clear. I want to be able to do X, Y, and Z. So for me, I'll use me as an example, right? So I set a vision based on what I'm really passionate about, and that's helping women business owners really succeed and get out of their comfort zone and really find their focus and really find a sense of freedom to go after their big goals, right? So that's my vision. Well, how do I do that? So that's why I created Get Savvy, right? Like the community resource center, right? The library, all the courses. I take everything that I've known and I put it online for people to access. And I can impact multitudes of people at the exact same time. I can work with my private clients, but I can also impact positively hundreds and thousands of women-owned businesses. That's what I'm passionate about. That's what gets me excited in the morning. Every day I get up and I say, what do I want to do today that's going to help somebody? That's going to make a difference in another woman's business. So I've defined it. I can define it and I can see it and I can feel it. So that's my passion. What's your passion? So this is going to be an opportunity for you to share in the comments below. What is your vision? What are you passionate about? Talk to me, share with me. What are you passionate about? What gets you excited in the day? Okay, so that's strategy number 1. What's your passion? What's your purpose? Strategy number 2 about defining your vision for your business and your life is setting goals, and more specifically, SMART goals. So what do you mean? Well, we've defined your vision, right? That was the first strategy, right? Your passion, your purpose. You've identified that. Well, that's great, but then how do you know you've achieved it if you've fulfilled your vision? And the only way to do that is by having a goal that outlines the steps that you need to do to achieve that vision, right? So when we talk about a SMART goal, we talk about that acronym. So S, specific. You want to be super specific about what the goal is. So for me on the Get Savvy Community Resource Center, my goal is to help 100,000 women with their businesses. So that's pretty specific, right? Like that's a number. It's a big number, but I can do it. I know I can. I can feel it. That's when you know it's like a really great goal, right? But it's specific. I've identified it. It's specific. Measurable. That's the M. Is it measurable? Is your goal measurable? Whatever that goal might be, is it measurable? Well, for me, I'm going to be able to measure because I can see the number of users and members within the site. So I can measure that and I can keep track. How are you going to measure your goal? Whatever it might be, right? You need to be able to measure it. The next A, achievable. Is it achievable what you've defined as your goal? So is it achievable for me to reach that 100,000 membership? Absolutely. And data tells us. So I know it can be done because other people have done it and I've seen it and I've been involved in it. So I know it can be done, right? The measurement, the data tells me that it's achievable. So for you, what is measuring your goal? What data tells you that you can measure it to make it achievable? What's that data, right? This is where data is important. This is where your research is important. So that leads you then to the R, right? Relevant or realistic. One of the two, I use both, right? Is your goal relevant to the vision you have for your business? Well, the vision I have for my business, for Get Savvy, is to impact as many women as possible around the world to succeed in their business. That's my vision. So my goal of 100,000, that's relevant because it means I'm impacting 100,000 women around the world. Is it realistic? Well, the measurement tells me that it's achievable and therefore realistic. So with your goal, is it relevant to your overall vision for your business? Yes or no? And if the answer is no, then you have to redefine what your goal is. So it might look like, okay, so I can't reach it. It's not achievable, or it's not realistic for me because it's going to require X number of dollars to invest to be able to reach it. So therefore it becomes not realistic. It may be relevant, but it may not be realistic. And so then you might have to adapt your goal depending upon what makes it realistic, right? So for me, it might mean then, okay, well, if data tells me 100,000 isn't realistic, then maybe I have to say 100. And I make the same goal, but I make it more realistic to me and my person. So you need to make your goal realistic to you and your person and your vision, okay? So T, time bound. You want to set a time frame to reach your goal. You want to be very clear what that time frame is. So continue with my example, say 10 years. In 10 years from now, I want Get Savvy to have 100,000 members. So now guess what? The next step is I have to go back through the acronym and say, is my time-bound identified time frame, right? My 10 years, is it specific? Yes, it's specific. Is it measurable? Yes, it's measurable. Why? Because I can measure it over the years as far as that 10-year period. Is it achievable? Data tells me it's achievable. So is it relevant? Yeah. Is it realistic? Yeah. Why? Because the data from the measuring piece tells me it is. So is your time frame that you've identified that you want to achieve a certain goal for, is it realistic? Is it achievable? Is it measurable? And is it specific enough, the time frame? So With that, you want to make sure what goals you're setting to achieve that vision that's driven by your passion and your purpose. Are they a SMART goal? Are they SMART goals? It's likely to take more than one goal to achieve your vision. So you're going to have to do that piece, right? That number 2 strategy of setting SMART goals multiple times for each and every goal that you have to achieve to be able to get your vision to come to life. So that's strategy number 2. That's the SMART goal strategy. Why do you want to do SMART goals? Think about that. Why is it smart to have a SMART goal? Well, SMART means that you're going to have clarity, you're going to be able to improve your focus, and it's going to be motivating. Because when you set achievable goals, and when we talk about setting goals, we talk about milestones and subtasks. When you set those up properly, you are motivated because you're achieving them as you go on. Every day there's like, oh, I did that, I did that, I did that. And you become motivated and more excited, which guess what? Fuels your passion, which gives you another reason to get up in the morning and get out, right? So that's why it's so important to set SMART goals. All right, the third strategy we want to talk about when we're looking at how to define your vision for your business and your life is the guidance and the mentoring. We can't do it alone. I know we love to think we can, but we can't. We need help. We need support. We need insight. We need feedback. And it doesn't come from the people that in business we like to say are yes men or yes women, right? We don't always want to have the people we're talking to be, yay, do that, Karen. That's amazing. You can be really good at that. Yes, we need those cheerleaders, but we need the mentors who are going to say, that's a really great idea, Karen, but have you thought about this challenge? Have you thought about how you're going to overcome this? Have you thought about that? And they're going to challenge you in your thinking. And it's not from a negative place. It's not from a place where they don't want you to succeed. They actually really want you to succeed, which is why they're going to put out opportunities for you to be thinking, be proactive about what hurdles you might have to overcome. Because see, a mentor's already been there. A mentor's already done that. So they're going to have insight that you don't have. And they may not always give you the solution because they want you to be resilient, right, and resourceful to overcome that by doing the research, by digging in and going deeper and going broader and getting a clarity that maybe you didn't have before. So for that, you want a mentor who is not emotionally invested in your business. And I'll use myself as an example. Like if I go to my mother or my sister, they're going to be, oh, Karen, you can do it. We love you. Why? They're emotionally invested because they love me and they want me to succeed. So they're going to tell me what they think I want to hear, which is, go get him, Karen, go do that. You can be amazing. Yes. Right? And then I can talk to my husband. Does he have an emotional investment? Absolutely. But he is also a business person. And he has a business mindset. And he happens to be my business partner. So all of a sudden, he, yes, has an emotional investment, but he also has a reason for challenging me. Because yes, he wants me to succeed, but he wants me to truly succeed. So he's going to be that devil's advocate player. And he's going to say, well, have you thought about this? Well, have you thought about that? And sometimes I'll say, yes, I have. And then there's times where I'm like, uh-oh, I didn't think about that. Okay, back to the drawing board. So he's a really great mentor because of that. But he's not my only mentor, right? Like I have a business coach. Why? Because I need resources. I need somebody else who isn't necessarily in my household to help me overcome and walk me through certain fears, right? So you want to make sure that that mentor is distant, right? At arm's length emotionally, as they say. So they have a desire to help you succeed, but they aren't so invested that they become short-sighted with potential challenges and hurdles. So your third strategy about defining your vision is really making sure you have that mentor, a guidance person in place that can give you that insight and feedback and can basically make sure you don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? Learn from their mistakes. That's the purpose. So that's strategy number 3. When we are looking at defining our vision, creating a vision for our business, we have to absolutely understand what drives us personally. And what happens in our personal life absolutely impacts our business, and what happens in our business absolutely impacts our personal life. You need to understand how they're interconnected. And you have to understand how one can absolutely positively impact the other. And that positivity is your passion, right? That's the strategy number 1. What is my purpose? What is my passion? What gets you up in the morning? So strategy number 1, purpose and passion. Strategy number 2, you need to define your goals and you need to be smart about them, right? So remember the acronym SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant/realistic, right? T, time bound. SMART goals, absolutely critical. Third strategy is finding those mentors and the guidance individuals that can help you succeed. And that is 3 strategies for you to define your vision for your business and your life. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate you showing up today. I'm Karen from Get Savvy. I would love to have you join us on getbizsavvy.com. Come and enjoy all the amazing benefits, the courses, the workbooks, the worksheets, the audio lessons. We have everything, including group and private coaching. Thanks for joining us. Have a beautiful day.